All right, we talked about this in the previous video, but I'm going to say it again. If I have to copy a problem from let's say, the board onto my paper, and it's a division problem like this, by the way, notice this is one term, two terms, and they are dividing. If it's division, I never write division because I know that division is the same thing as multiplication by the reciprocal. And if you have 3c minus 12, this was in parentheses originally, you get to assume, if you don't see a 1 over, you have to assume, in fact, that it's over 1, which means that division by that particular binomial is the same exact thing as multiplication of its reciprocal. So the reciprocal is 1 over 3c minus 12. In the exact same way as dividing something by 2 is exactly the same thing as halving it. Okay, so I'm going to write c squared minus 6c plus, that doesn't look, that's not pretty, but okay, over c squared minus 2c. Okay, so I'm looking at this problem again. Remember, I didn't write the original, well, I did, you can see it, but if I needed to start this problem, I wouldn't start with division. I'd go ahead and change it to multiplication. Why? Because I know that multiplication of two fractions is technically just numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. It's as if this bar just extends all the way across. So now I have to factor, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to factor c squared minus 6c plus 8. I'm looking for factors of 8 that add up to 6. If you don't know them right off, there is no shame in your game in going over here. Is there any way that 1 times 8, so this is just my list, 1 times 8 is going to add or subtract to give me a 6? No. What about 2 times 4? Oh, yes. I'm going to go ahead and just see if there are any others. 3, no, 3 won't go evenly into 8. And 4 times 2 is a factor of 8, but I've already listed 2 times 4, which means that I've already gone through all of the complete list of the factors of 8. So it's got to be 2 times 4. I know that they both have to be negative because that 6c is negative. So I'm just going to rewrite that trinomial as c minus 2 times c minus 4. And I'm just going to draw that. There's technically a 1 over there. I'm just going to leave it. All right. Now then I'm going to go into the denominator. C squared minus 2c, that, and keep in mind there's a times there, this particular little binomial, those two terms have in common a c. So if I pull c out all by itself, what's left is c minus 2 times, and I've got 3c minus 12. Those terms share a 3 as a factor. And if I pull a 3 out, and pulling a 3 out, I'm putting air quotes around that, means you're dividing. So 3c divided by 3 is just c, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So it's minus 4. Okay? So now, because it's all one big, giant, ugly fraction, you get to go shopping for things that you can cancel. It's slash and burn time, folks. So I'm looking here. So you see c minus 2, it cancels with c minus 2. And c minus 4, I changed these colors so you can follow it. C minus 4 cancels with c minus 4. There's nothing left except that 1. So I'm just going to rewrite that. 1 over, and I have a 3 and a c. You wouldn't normally write it, I don't like how that 1 looks, hold on. You wouldn't normally write it c3, you would write 3c because constants come first. So 1 over 3c are the only factors I have left. And so that's your simplified solution.